Hello my YouTube friend. Today it is my pleasure to present you this beautiful knife from CRKT, actually a collaboration with Lion Steel, which is, as you probably know, an Italian company that does just excellent knives. You know, the SR1 is probably one of my favorite knives of the production, and it's an integral, which is something that is kind of hard, you know, to build. So I really love Lion Steel. For whatever reason, CRKT decided to have this new knife from them built by this company, by Lion Steel. Why not? I mean, but I don't understand, because they have all the means and purposes to do whatever they want with their company. So I don't know. Really, I have no explanation for that. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't even manage to check. So now, what do we have here? We have a knife that I'm going to describe. But first of all, I want to tell you that this knife has been made only at 500 pieces. I say only, but it's not really the word that I should use, because as a matter of fact, most of the knives are not sold. I don't understand why. So, you know, something is bugging me with the knife market these days. People tend to buy knives sometimes for some reason that are not justified. I mean, it's not just because of the knife, it's because of the trend, of the fame, or other reason that, again, I have hard time to gather. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I try to choose my knives on their own merits. I'm not following a brand, I'm not following a maker, I'm not following an idea or a trend. I try to buy my knives under certain, you know, features. And when a knife is good, whoever the maker is, whoever the brand is, it's good. So for a lot of people, CRKT is a brand that has that should make, I don't know, for their ID, that should make, you know, nice knives, nice flipper, whatever, and everything, but they should sell them for I don't know, for less than $100. I think that's the thing, that what everybody thinks actually, or the most, is that CRKT is not allowed to produce knives for over $100. So that's why, I mean, probably this knife didn't sell. It's because the price range is something like, I think it's over 300. I mean, the real price. The retail is 500 something, but that's crazy, and it's sold for 350 something like that, which is a lot of money. I understand that, but for the package, for what you have inside, you would pay that. And you would pay more if, say, Spydie would do that, or I don't know, any other mid-tech. If they did a knife like that, you would pay that. I mean, without a question. For those of you, again, who can afford to pay 350, 350 is absolutely a nice price for this knife. Everything is just, I mean, seamless, nearly, you know, perfect on this knife. And now we're gonna start the review, and I hope that you will concur with my statements. So here we have a knife who is a full titanium handle, you know, on both sides, a pillar construction with a very nice standoffs, very nice aspect. And here you can see that it's drilled inside and milled inside, and the aspect is just very good. Not only aesthetically, you know, you have this nice, you know, roundness inside, and the lines that you see here. Not only, you know, as I said, for the aesthetics, but for also the function, because when you have that in hand, it provides you a very nice grip. I'm really sorry for the bandage for my fingers these days. I cut myself a lot. I don't know why. Too many knives probably. So yeah, it gives you a really nice grip and nice feel. You know, your finger goes into that that groove inside, and yeah, the air goes are just excellent, you know. I have my 4 fingers in it. It's not a really big knife per se, but still, you know, you have a very nice purchase, you know, 4 fingers with a large hand. Here, a very nice guard. Here, a small jimping, who is, you know, yeah, kind of effective, you know, really, not, you know, as you can see, 2 files inside, no more than that, but it's not the best jimping I've ever seen, but it's enough of a jimping for everyday use, because this knife, as you can understand, is an EDC for sure. You don't want to use that for anything else than that. So we were at the handle. Look at the pivot. I wouldn't say it's a custom pivot, but I've seen a lot of custom, believe me. Even my Tezuola, who has only a regular screw as a pivot. So, you know, I would say that, yeah, it's a really, really nice pivot, really nice pivot. And here you can see that the inlay that you have here, the round here, acts as a lock bar stop, you know. So when you disengage the blade, the function here uses, I'm sorry, I'm filming with one hand, so it might be difficult, but it acts as very delicate and refined lock bar stop. The lock, as you can see, I really like the design of Canonian. He managed for the lock to be not an issue actually in the design. What I mean is that you see you have the cut here, but you still have all the design of the roundness and the milling here, and you almost forget there is a cut for the lock bar. Usually, you know, there is a real difference when you have on the lock side. I mean, you have a real difference between the rest of the handle and the lock. Most of the design, as you can see with the ripple, as you can see with the arrows, when you look, you have even a hard time to see the cut of the lock. And you see the release cut is done inside, which is a feature that I absolutely love. And again, that point made you make for the design, you know, to be as on the other side. You see, it's, yeah, you see, you know what I mean. The clip is a low carry and a small clip. This is a feature that I absolutely love with Lion Steel. Small clip, very effective, nice retention, and very, very, very low carry, very deep carry. I just love it. Lanyard hole, for those who care, I don't. Here, usually on the Lion Steel, you have a kind of skull crusher or glass breaker, whatever you want to call it. Here you haven't. It's just the screw that is made here, you know, to unscrew the clip and to put it on the other side if you are lefty. Okay, so tip up carry only. But righty, you have two options for righties and lefty if you just have to turn the clip on the other side. So that was for the handle. Now let's go and check this blade. The blade shape is just beautiful. I just love that. You have here a big curve that allows you, you know, to make most tasks of the day as a slicer. The tip is kind of strong, you know, so you can pry also, why not? But definitely you can penetrate. Very, very nice penetration point here, very strong. And so for penetrating task, that is also a nice blade shape for that. So here you have a flat. Here again, also it's a flat. The edge is fine. The geometry is fine. It is not the sharpest knife of the planet, but it's fine. What can I say? Here you have, that's really, really fine. I hope that you can get that with the movie, but you have a kind of a little swedge here. Let me try it. Oh yeah, you see it now. So you see it's very delicate. They could have, you know, gone for only a flat here, but they went for this nice swedge that you have also on the other side. And, you know, really aesthetically speaking, that's very, very nice of Lion Steel CRKT. I don't know, to do that. The lines are just excellent, you know, very, very fine grain. Let me try to focus on that. Very fine grain. It's not the like for ZT, for example. If you take the 0801 or other grinds, you know, from ZT or from other production, the grind is not as refined as this one. It's almost as if it was you know, a grind, a custom grind. Those lines are just excellent. I love those lines. And to give credit also to Spydie Logo, they do also beautiful lines like that. But the finish, again, is just excellent. Blade steel is Sleipner. Sleipner steel is a great steel. It's a tool steel. That's the steel that Lion Steel actually uses these days. And that's a perfectly steel, nice, perfect rust resistant, very hard, very hard also to sharpen, that's for sure, as a tool steel, a very hard steel, but a wonderful steel, and definitely a high grade, high-end steel. I love to have Sleipner, you know, on my blade, and there are unfortunately not as much Sleipner around there that I wanted I want them to be. I'd like other makers to use this kind of scale. The blade thickness is really significant. I didn't measure that, but I would say that it's almost 0.19, I don't know, something like almost 0.2 thick blade, very, very thick blade, not 0.2, a little bit less than that, but it's a very thick blade. Again, as always, you cannot count on me for the specs. My appreciation is just like that. As you can see, it's a thick blade, thick as hell. Again, it's a very, very light carrying knife. I don't know how, it's almost, I would say, 5 ounce like that. But again, that's something that you can carry in the pocket very, very easily. It makes for a very nice carry in the pocket. And yet you have, a very sturdy and beefy knife with nice slabs also here of titanium. They are very significant, and they have to be, because they needed, to mill these slabs inside. So, outside you have big slab, big standoff. It's a sturdy and yet a very, very easy knife to carry for every day. I'm not sure that I'm gonna go over that on that review. Oh yes, sorry. The detent is just, as you can see, is it just good, but not perfect. But if you just put it like that, it won't open by accident. So if you push it hard, it will open, but it is fair, and the smoothness is just excellent. It runs on IKBS, as you can see here. Okay. And as always, those writings on the blade I don't like, but okay, in time, I don't know why they write a book here. You have some writings here, some writings here, some writings there, whatever. Okay, and here the CRKT. Again, we have to live with that. It came a little bit sticky, but with just some pencil, it works perfectly well. And as you can see now, no more stickness. Of course, no blade play whatsoever. This knife is rock solid. So yeah, nothing much to say against the design and the finish and the mechanics of this knife. Everything is actually well done and deserves the price range for this knife. So forget that it's CRKT, my friend. Just look at the knife. This is, I mean, I always, I don't follow. I don't know if I say that in the very first beginning. I'm losing my mind sometimes. But I wanted to say that and to state that I don't really like when people follow a brand like that, like blindlessly follow a brand or a maker. You have to judge really a knife by its own merits. This knife deserves this price range, deserves to be considered, deserves to be considered as a great knife for everyday use. You might not like the design, you might not, but I don't want to hear that it is too expensive, because I mean, it deserves every penny that they ask, and it's just because it's CRKT, it's not a valid point for me. So I'm going to stop the video here. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about the flipper tab, which is a feature that I like, because as you can see, they added some jimping everywhere, and that is a feature that I like, because you have the jimping here in order to open the blade, and it works also as a jimping for the guard. This one, I have to say that I don't really understand how it's. I mean, it serves no purpose whatsoever. But I don't know. For those of you who might light switch, like. Not light switch, but want to use the push flip like that. It might be a nice feature to have the jimping here. But yeah, I think they designed it for that. For those of you who like to push flip. But it works perfectly when you just light switch it like that. So I'm gonna stop here, because that was also already a 15 minutes movie as always, and I don't want to go over that. I'll come back very soon for another video. Bye bye, my friends.